This is the closing market report for Tuesday on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Riley Smith. On the phone right now with Bill Moore of Price Futures Group as we wrap up another day in the ag marketplace. Bill, what have we seen going on in the grain and livestock markets today?
It's a little back and forth today. Wheat's a dominant one, down quite a bit, double digits. Russia raised their wheat estimate by a couple million metric tons. It wasn't a damage. Winter didn't do the damage to their wheat crop they thought. Corn kind of following the wheat down. The beans are up most of the day, back and forth, though. Beans got a big boost last week from the Chinese newspaper report that China, President Xi and President Trump will reach a one-year agreement when they meet in April 1st in Beijing. So the market's still feeding off of that. Open interest in beans went up, I think, 45,000 and went down. The short open interest went down 45. So piling into the beans off that announcement. It's one thing when President Trump says China's going to buy our beans, but then when they say they're going to buy our beans, the people sit up and take notice. That's what happened with the newspaper account. Weather in South America is still pretty benign. Harvest is about 25% done so far. Looks like a record bean crop in Brazil, somewhere in the 178 to 180 million metric ton category. And the Argentine corn also is supposed to be a record crop. That's pressure in the market. The U.S. dollar is higher today. That put some pressure in the market as well. The Lunar New Year holiday for China, they won't be buying much from us this week. It's a short week anyway. We did have export inspections today, both corn and beans over 1 million metric tons. That was good. So just kind of an evening up day, a little back and forth action. Generally, the long outlook is that the rallies will be stopped or slowed by the record bean and corn crops coming out of South America. The breaks will be supported by the good exports, particularly in corn. That's kind of the scenario going forward in the greens for this remainder of February. Livestock, cattle, that is a big day, up $2-3 in fats and feeders. Their fundamentals are sublime. You've got cattle herd on a 75-year low. You've got the cattle or meat stocks and storage. The last cold storage report, the lowest since 2009, and you've got good demand. And the markets, after a big break, after a little correction earlier this year, the market is heading back up to the highs off those strong supply-demand fundamentals. There is a cattle and feed report on Friday, 2 o'clock, looking for a little bit lower on feed and a little bit lower placements than last year. Hogs will jump on the bandwagon with the cattle going higher, and being the cheaper meat anyway in the supermarket, they'll be dragged higher by cattle through the end of February as well.
All right, Bill, lots of great information today. For anyone who would like to get in touch for more marketing information and check out your newsletter, how can they do that?
630-947-5176, wmore@pricegroup.com. Check out my newsletter, Agmaster, or www.pricegroup.com, the company website. Look at the bios of Jack Scoble and myself. Both been there a long time. We'd love to help you out.
That again was Bill Moore of Price Futures Group. We'll look at the numbers next.
Growers have spoken, and they're raving about Storin corn herbicide. We surveyed over 1,000 customers who've made the switch to Storin, and 99% said they'd recommend it to a friend. That's right, 99%. With a 9 out of 10 satisfaction rating, it's clear why Storin is the herbicide customers can count on. But don't just take our word for it. Ask your Syngenta retailer or visit storeandreviews.com to read testimonials from Storin users near you. Always read and follow label instructions.
At the close, March corn down 5.5 at 426 and a quarter. March soybeans up 1 even at 1134 even. March soybean meal down 340 at 305.80. March soybean oil up 21 cents at 57.29. Chicago wheat down 11 even at 537 and 3/4. Kansas City hard red winter wheat down 3 3/4 at 538 3/4. Minneapolis spring wheat down 3 1/2 at 568 1/4. March oats up 1 1/2 at 312 1/4. On the Merc, April live cattle up 217 at 242.80. March feeders up 482 at 370.97. April lean hogs up $1.02 at 92.30. April pork cutout went unchanged at 103.40. And March Class 3 milk up 9 cents at 15.97. That's been a check of the closing market prices. Thanks again to Bill Moore of Price Futures Group for joining us today here on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, where Iowa Ag matters. I'm Riley Smith.